My mom tends to guilt trip me a lot. A few days ago, my mom was guilt tripping me into meeting Dr. Phil in person. She basically told me that she wasn't gonna live if I don't help her. It was causing a lot of anxiety attacks. I can't breathe. I'm crying. I literally shut down. I do want to help her, but she doesn't really care about my feelings. It was in the moment all her.
I was a police officer for 13 years. I was really good at it. I genuinely cared for kids and people. That was the happiest I'd ever been, second to the fact of having my daughter. But one day, we were at the shooting range going from a .357 type gun to a 9mm. They had 2 rows of targets. So when the officer next to me shot through his target from 3 feet away, it hit the second row of targets. They were metal, so when the bullet hit that metal, it ricocheted back and got me in my head. It penetrated my skin and went to my skull. Didn't go in my skull, just hit it. There was some confusion how bad I was hurt. And so I went ahead and retired. Luckily, other than a little pain that I still have when I push on it, I was okay. After I retired from the police department, Shayla came along and things were okay for a while, and then she started school, and then I'm twiddling my thumbs like, what do I do now? That's when I started collecting and fixing things out of boredom. Now, living in my home makes me feel like a worthless human being because I don't understand how I would let something like this happen, especially knowing how badly it hurts my family members.
You knew when Shayla left that it was hurting her.
Yes.
And you're hearing her now, and she's not telling you anything new when she says, social anxiety and not having developed the skills that you normally develop when you're growing up and having friends over and things of that nature, that she lived with shame and guilt and hiding out. And you made a decision, a choice, not to deal with it, correct?
Somewhat. I think I had blinders on. I didn't see the worst of it. I didn't see how badly I was hurting her at the time.
And Shayla, what would she say to you when you said, Mom, come on, this is crazy. We can't live like this.
She, in a way, would kind of make excuses, but I would tell her, like, hey, I'm trying to clean this up. I need to throw this stuff away. And a lot of it she wouldn't let me throw away. I would throw things away, and she would get in the trash can outside and pull them out. And I kind of felt like it was worthless for me to be helping in a way,
Here's what I want both of you to understand, and there's a reason I'm talking about this, because I've kind of put your life together in kind of stepping stones across a raging river here, because I ask myself, why would someone do this? And we know that hoarders suffer from anxiety. We know that depression is often part of what's involved in that. And so I look and say, why would you specifically do this? And I've looked at your longitudinal history, and I know that when you were 4 years old, you were abused.
Yes, as far back as I can remember.
You were beaten and starved and bullied. You went into foster care, and you were abused more then and
Yes.
physically beaten.
Yes.
But you got out of foster care and you went back with your dad.
Yes.
And then you've been in a number of relationships that were abusive.
Yes.
At age 35, your sister died. From 42 to 44, you were diagnosed with breast cancer and had your colon removed.
Yes.
And at 44, you began hoarding. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.